What is up, college football fans? What is up, Clemson Tiger fans? Happy Sunday to everybody. It's a beautiful day here in Summerville, South Carolina. It's always a beautiful day to be above ground. And of course, it's a great day to be a Clemson Tiger. Well, welcome to the last State of the Fan address of the year 2022. It won't be the last State of the Fan address. I will do a State of the Fan address following the bowl game. But assuming that Clemson's going to the Orange Bowl, which is what I think the selection committee is going to do today, then we'll play in the Orange Bowl on, I guess, New Year's Eve. So I'll be doing the State of the Fan address on New Year's Day. Or maybe the game's on New Year's Day, not New Year's Eve. I don't know. I think it's on New Year's Day. Anyway, well, is this the I told you so show? I guess we finally ended the debate now, because we've been scratching our heads all season long. I say all season long, the second half of the season or so, because there was a stretch of 2 or 3 games there in the beginning of the season where DJ played pretty good. And so there really was no call for quarterback change at that point. But as the season progressed, we started seeing more and more from DJ of what we saw last season. And there was a lot of people, including myself, out there saying, what's going on here? Like, there's got to be a reason. Like, what's this blind faith that Dabo Swinney has in DJ? We can all see the way he's playing. He's not playing good. And the whole thing is, well, it's not DJ's fault. It's the receiver's fault. It's this, it's that. It's it was just, well, it's a shit show, quite frankly. And nobody could really understand what was going on. And so the argument to keep DJ in, it was, Dabo Swinney knows what he's doing. Brandon Streeter knows what they're doing. They see him at practice. You don't see him at practice, Pete. Maybe he's just not that good. Maybe he's just not ready. Well, he looked pretty ready last night. And I was surprised to see him come in, really, after what happened against South Carolina and them not taking him out. And then after the game, everybody's asking, did you think about making a quarterback change? And Swinney and Streeter dig their heels in. It's not DJ's fault. It's not DJ's fault. It's not DJ's fault. And everyone's going, okay, maybe Cade's no good then. I mean, I don't know. And then, according to what DJ said last night after the game, he knew that Cade was coming in early. They told him all week. He said that they told him all week that Cade's going to get his shot this week. And Cade came in there and played good. Thank God he played good from the beginning, because I worried that they might have yanked him back out if he threw an interception or something, and we'd be right back on the DJ train again. But anyway, so they planned on bringing him in early, which, I mean, DJ comes out there to start the game, throws a 5-yard pass in the dirt, and they're like, oh, hell, here we go again. So they make the change to Cade, and it was like a light switch went on the offense. It wasn't even just the fact that Cade was playing well and the offense was playing well. They just looked like they had some sort of new found energy or something. It was very palpable to see it. It looks like the players are playing harder. It looks like they were having fun. They were executing. So, anyway, to make a long story short, Clemson puts up almost 400 yards of offense. Cade goes 20 of 24 for 280 yards or something. The run game wasn't great, which is what we really, well, assuming that DJ was going to be the quarterback the whole time, which is what I was assuming going into the game, I thought that it was going to be a heavy load for our running back crew, with Shipley and Moffa and Pace, and, of course, DJ. That day, I think that Clemson ended up with only like 70 yards rushing or something. It wasn't a lot. But they actually had a passing attack, a passing threat for the first time since early in the season. So that was nice to see. But it does beg the question, right? I can't get through this without complaining. You know that part of this State of the Fan address is me complaining about stuff. I feel like it's a day late and a dollar short. I mean, it's great that we got to see Cade have his coming out party, and we most likely got to see a changing of the guard at quarterback at Clemson. I think you just saw DJ play his last game in a Clemson uniform. I don't know. He might play a few snaps in the Orange Bowl or something. I don't know. Or he may even enter the transfer portal before that. But I think you've seen the last of DJ Uiagalelei in a Clemson uniform, whether it's this season or next season. We saw that last night. So, but it's a day late and a dollar short. I mean, you can't help but do the what ifs, right? What if Cade started against South Carolina? Would Clemson have lost that game? Maybe they would have. I don't know. I'm not saying that they wouldn't have, but you don't know. And then so you have to play the what if game. What if we beat South Carolina and then win the ACC championship? TCU loses their game. Southern Cal loses their game. Clemson's in the playoff right now if the situation was a little bit different. Still don't know if we would have beat South Carolina, so it's a moot point. But there's still a lot of what ifs. What if we had put Cade in early in the season and let him work through his growing pains against these bad teams in the ACC that we struggled with anyway, so why not do it with a new quarterback? So that when you get to this time of the year, he's got a lot of experience. But anyway, if ifs and buts were candy and nuts, then every day would be Christmas, right? So I mean, there's not really a whole lot to say about last night. Look, North Carolina's got one of the worst defenses in the country, so one of the worst defenses in the ACC. So maybe a little bit of that might have been fool's gold, but nonetheless, it was still encouraging to see an offense that looked competent, because we've seen an offense that didn't look very competent against bad defenses before. So you can't use that excuse for North Carolina. It's been a wild year. It's been a wild year to be a Clemson Tiger fan, hasn't it? I feel encouraged about the offense going into 2023. Get a lot of these guys back. Look, our offense has been very young. We're still going to get Maffa and Shipley back for another year. Our young receivers, mainly Antonio Williams and Adam Randall, those both true freshmen, look bright for the future. It's the defense is what's going to take a hit in the offseason to the draft. I'm really curious to see, is Ororo coming back? He says he's undecided whether he's going to come back or not. I really hope he does, to get some veteran leadership on that defensive line. We're going to have a lot of really talented young players on defense next season. Linebacker core should be okay. Secondary is pretty young too, so I think the defense is in pretty good shape, other than some of the experience on the defensive line that we've had the past couple seasons. So I'm encouraged. I'm more encouraged today than I was yesterday at this time about the state of the Clemson football program. Of course, we're going into recruiting season. Well, recruiting season's year-round, but you know what I mean. We're going into early signing day coming up here in a few weeks. Then we have the main signing day, which is really not the main signing day. Early signing day is really the main signing day, but you know what I'm saying here. In February, I believe. So Clemson's putting together a really good class for 2023. It looks like they're probably going to finish top 10-ish, 8, 9, 10 range. I don't know exactly. But they'll finish most likely in the top 10, which is right around what Sweeney averages on a year-to-year basis. So some years top 5, some years just outside of the top 10, averaging right around 10 or so. If you sat down and did the math over the past 15 years, it's right around that. So all in all, happy. Did this mask the streeter? Well, I'm trying to think of how to put this. Does this silence the streeter haters? Or did we put lipstick on a pig last night? That's what I want to know from you. All you real Clemson fans out there. I know there's a bunch of you out there. Did last night, was that just a mask of the bigger problem? Do we still have the bigger problem? Or was the bigger problem big number 5? That's what I want to know. And we won't really find out the answer to that question until next season, no matter what happens in the bowl game. I mean, Clemson could go out there and win 80-0 in the bowl game. That doesn't really answer the question yet. The question is Streeter going to be the answer long term to run this offense? Well, it's clear, like I've been saying all season, that Clemson is going to run Clemson's offense. When I say Clemson, I really mean Dabo Swinney, because you can interchange these offensive coordinators and you have basically the same style of offense among several different coordinators now. And I think that has a lot to do with Swinney. Swinney has an identity that he likes to run on offense, and he's going to do it. And you either fit the system or you don't. And I think we got the answer last night. Cade seems to fit the system at least better than DJ did. He's got the skill set to run that kind of offense. Still could be considered a predictable offense, and it's just a matter of time before we start seeing Cade Klubnik as one of the main running backs for Clemson. Because, again, Clemson's going to run Clemson's offense regardless of who's behind center. And we saw the same thing with Trevor Lawrence. You remember whenever Trevor Lawrence took over the starting spot, he wasn't really considered a real run threat. He wasn't asked to do that a whole lot in high school, but they pushed him and pushed him and pushed him. By the time Trevor Lawrence was in his third year, he was one of the integral parts of the running game, just like I've been seeing with DJ, and you're going to see them do this with Klubnik too. So it'll be interesting to see how he evolves into a runner, because he's very athletic. He's the opposite kind of runner as DJ, right? He's not going to be the downhill bowling ball type of runner that DJ is. He's going to be more of a run around type of guy, more like a Deshaun Watson, Kelly Bryant type, even Trevor Lawrence to a certain degree. So it'd be interesting to see how the offense evolves from this year to next year. I'm optimistic, cautiously optimistic. That's the word I'm going to use to describe this. And I'm really, really looking forward to a good bowl game. I'm recording this in the morning, so the selection committee hasn't made their bowl selections or playoff selections yet. That comes on in about an hour from now. By the time this is uploaded, the selections will probably already have happened. But I'm really looking forward to hopefully a bowl game against Tennessee or Alabama or something in the Orange Bowl. We'll see who they select. But I just want to see, I want to see how this offense looks with Cade behind center in a big game atmosphere from the start, with them time to let him prepare with the ones all week or all 2 weeks or whatever during practice, and play against a somewhat competent defense, no offense to North Carolina, and see how that works out. So that can at least give me some sort of feeling of heading into next year where we're headed here. So this game to me, this Orange Bowl game, is going to be huge. It's going to be huge. Anyway, all right, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me all season for these State of the Fan addresses. I really enjoy doing these every week, whether we win or whether we lose. So it's kind of like a therapy session for me to get out here and just get all my thoughts out on camera. But again, if you're new here, I don't go anywhere. I do this year round. So season's over doesn't mean Pigskin Pete goes away until next year. I'll be here all year. Hit the subscribe button, the like button, all that. We have fun around here, whether you're a Clemson fan or not, doesn't matter. All right, guys, I'll talk to you later. Have a great Sunday. Your boy is checking out.